And welcome back to Sleep Well Horrors. We got another story for you. Another main course, as I like to say, because it's Saturday or Sunday, depending on what day I posted it. We'll see. All right. But today's story is a message appeared on every screen in the world. Hide. By WorldAwayTweedy on Reddit. It says that the story was posted 25 days ago, but there's a timestamp that says October 2022, so I think it's when it takes place. I'm assuming. I don't know. But it looks scary. And then also, before we get into the story, as always, I'm talking to you, viewers. Go ahead and leave a comment. Alright? Go ahead. Right now. Go to the comments and just drop one. Either now, in the middle, or at the end. Doesn't matter. Alright? Just do it. Do it. Alright? Okay. That's it. That's right there. Go ahead. Click it. Okay. Anyway, we have a subreddit. Not many people are on it. That's okay. It's brand new. So go ahead and check that out. It's r/sleepwellhorrors. It's pretty easy to find. We also have a Discord. Go ahead and join that where you can interact with us, suggest stories, interact with the community, etc. So a lot of good things on there. And then the author will be linked. And the story will be linked in the description. So make sure to check that out and go to their story and definitely like theirs, right? If you liked the story they read today. Without further ado, I'm drawing it out. Let's get ahead and start the story. Andrea, take it away.
Did you read the title?
Yeah.
Oh. I stared with confusion at my phone. The rest of the gang were all in on this Monopoly game.
I swear to God, if you get free parking, I will literally kill your stupid face.
Ravi rolled the dice in his hands.
Come on, sweet baby Jesus. I just need a 4.
He dropped them onto the board.
Fuck!
He said, probably biffing it like always. I tried to make sense of it, just a word on my screen. Black text on an all-white background, a rather classical-looking font.
Hide.
I tapped rather impatiently on the expansive black rectangle. The text wouldn't disappear.
AJ.
Evelyn called like a teacher busting a student.
You're fucking addicted. Play board games like a normal human adult. Yeah, I'm sorry.
A few more desperate finger pecks on the screen, then I turned to holding the power button down for an extended period. With my free hand, I grabbed the dice and rolled a 3. Landed on B&O Railroad. After 2 seconds of thought...
Nah, fuck railroads.
Of course we weren't animals.
First off, pause. Who fucking hates railroads in Monopoly? It's the best fucking one. Especially
yeah,
if you
don't
have
you
all
want
4.
those? Yeah.
Yes. If you have all 4 railroads, it's so much money you get. This guy's crazy, dude. He doesn't know how to play the game.
AJ doesn't like them, I guess. Of course we weren't animals. If someone didn't want to buy a property, that was fine. No auctions or any of that nonsense. House rules. Back to the phones. As Hyro, on my left, took the cubes and prepared to drag his sorry little shoe across Go to collect his $200. A minute with the power button didn't do anything. We were entering factory reset territory. I contemplated borrowing Ravi's laptop to Google whatever the fuck this might have been. I felt the apartment rumble, albeit just for a split second, as if we were on the edge of an earthquake. I tensed briefly. The background noise from the TV, "No One Wants This," auto-playing on Netflix disappeared, following the faint sound of the flicker status. Ravi was the first to get up.
I don't...
He said, talking slowly as if not to jinx it.
I don't think that was an earthquake.
He examined the TV, confused at the outage. He checked the wires.
Shouldn't be the breaker. I don't have that much stuff plugged in, do I?
I grappled with the sad, likely hacked state of my phone and that weird word staring down at me.
Damn, that's fucking weird.
Head lifted.
What?
I asked to catch Hiro turning his phone to me. His phone screen, too, had been replaced by black text atop white.
Hide.
Evelyn, as anti-technology as it comes, had probably clocked this reprieve as her time to quickly respond to long, outstanding text.
The fuck? What is this?
At my confused look, bordering on resting scrowl face, she flipped her phone around to show me the damage. It was the same on hers. I grew a bit nervous.
Ravi, where's your phone? I'm sure it's somewhere.
He said, still tinkering with the TV. Likely not due to any of his troubleshooting, it flashed back to life, red power light at the base blinking steadily. A simple message now appeared on the big screen.
Hide?
Ravi asked, grabbing the remote and pressing buttons to switch back to Netflix, but nothing was registering.
Dude.
He turned around. I showed him my phone. Hiro and Evelyn showed theirs. He looked back at the TV, then back at us again.
Wait. How is that possible? Is that like an Amber Alert? Oh no, Hiro has a deep voice. Is that like an Amber Alert? I mean, I guess, but that's a push notification. This is like completely overtaking the screen. On different hardware too? A hack?
He shrugged.
That's kind of a weird hack, no? Government experiment? Hero again? I hope some of these characters die.
That's a lot, back and forth.
Yeah, I hope some of these characters die.
A thought came over me. I walked to the balcony, slid the door open, stepped out onto it. Eye of Sordon? The city... Sauron?
Lord of the Rings, you know? Eye of Sauron. Okay.
The city from Ravi's 14th floor apartment. In the neighboring apartment towers, most of the units had blinds down, curtains closed. The few unshuttered, however, I felt like that guy from Rear Window, contained strangers staring perplexed at their phones, at their computers. The sides of bolted-to-the-wall TVs, barely visible to me, displayed the same white background with text atop it. What I was seeing, everyone else was seeing. The others joined me on the balcony.
Whatever it is, it's at least hit this block.
I said. I looked down at the city streets. Most of the people below caught in a similar holding pattern of standing frozen, heads fixed to their devices.
I guess we don't have anything to call the cops with. Hiro. I'm sure they're aware. Me. Maybe, wait it out until they fix it?
I nodded, and yet I could tell Evelyn was a bit perturbed, forcing magnetic thoughts to imbue her silence with weight.
I mean, should we do it? Do what? Hide. Hide where? I don't know. I mean, we're already in my apartment. I'm sure that's good enough, right?
A pause.
Let's not lose our heads, Rafi continued. This is nuts. But it's not like literally hide, right? Hero's gonna be a country accent now, okay?
Okay.
I'm getting lost with the voices. Hero clicked his fingers. What?
Hero, not Hiro. Why was I calling him Hiro? Hiro.
It's a Japanese name, I think. Hero clicked his fingers. What if it's a viral marketing, like, for a movie?
Hiro with the necessary but unintentional levity.
Hacking our phones so we can't use them? I don't know if that's a Lionsgate purview, man. I said, then head turned to Evelyn. But hide?
The flicker in her eyes more than meant she'd sided with the light bulb in her head. She returned to the inside and got to exploring Ravi's apartment carefully.
What are you doing?
Ravi asked, trailing. Hiro and I followed. Hiro.
I don't care if I look stupid. It could be a warning. Maybe something is happening. We're in a box, basically, said Ravi. We're fine, Ev. But that fucking thing?
She motioned to the TV, then to her own phone.
Says hide. Maybe it's that literal.
She continued scouting, finally settling on the sliding closet in Ravi's room, the best she could come up with in his 600 square foot quarters.
I'll do here unless you think there's a better. Evelyn.
Ravi stressed. She shuffled in past hung garments, scooching to the end to make space.
I'm gonna close the door soon. If you're all really my friends, you'll join me.
Awkward silence until Hiro chimed in.
I mean, I guess it's good to be safe, right?
He went for it. Second guessed for a second, then committed to entering.
You guys get the luxury of laughing at me forever if I'm done. Win-win.
She called while Hiro wedged in beside her. A compelling argument, certainly. Begrudgingly, I followed, tucking in next to Ravi's dress clothes. There was still room for him inside his own closet.
Fucking hell.
He caved, joining last, sliding the door close to introduce darkness. I went back to my phone. Still that classical font. Still that mandate.
How long do we have to stay in here?
Ravi asked.
5 minutes.
And then we went in stillness for a while. Distant tick-tick-ticks of the clock in the living room bringing down the blood pressure a tad. It all felt silly, kind of fun.
Remember when we went camping at Sunlight Grove? Glamping?
Ravi clarified.
Eve thought she saw a bear. Bear and its cub. It was dark. It fucking looked like bears. I heard noises too. Bears at the Sunlight Grove. Saddest patch of trees in America. Guys, shut up. We're here, so let's commit to the bit before the conjuring doll gets us,
said Ravi, surprisingly not bitterly. We kept our trap zipped for another minute. Eyes at my phone again. Hide. Nonsensical, all of it really, but in a way that was starting to sit more and more uncomfortably for me.
What do you think it is?
I shook my head. Evelyn with the light shrug. Ravi with a deep inhale before speaking.
I mean, obviously sophisticated. Like it's obviously something.
I waved my phone.
My bank is on this, and it's bricked now, basically. I'm fucked. They'll figure something out.
Powerful knocks at his apartment door all of a sudden, thundering.
Hey!
A voice called, muffled through the walls.
Rabbit, you there?
Evelyn braced.
Who is that? A skinwalker, obviously. Kidding, my neighbor Monica.
Evelyn reached across me and Hiro to tug at Ravi's sleeve.
I'm gonna stop with the wig. Are you positive? Everyone got the little bit of the wig for a short time. It's good enough. You get it. You get who Evelyn is. Are you positive? Yes, I should probably get it. Yeah, but I'm being a pretty trash neighbor right now. He replied.
The knocking persisted. So did the words.
I have this weird thing on my phone. Brad has it too. It says hide. TV's computer, same thing. I don't know how to reach anyone or what to do.
The neighbor trailed on. Ravi blew air out of his nose.
Alright, this is stupid. I'm gonna... No!
Said Evelyn. Then all of a sudden, he stopped. We all stopped. I felt something. Something very, very real.
Okay.
Note.
Pause.
Oh, pause.
That ain't Monica. Let's all agree on that ain't Monica. Okay? Monica, that is quite literally, when she says Skinwalker, that's what I think it is. Okay? Not Monica.
I think I might agree with you.
Alright, sorry.
No knocking anymore. Or at least I couldn't hear anything. Not the tick of the clock, nor the soft rustle of us against clothing. It was like the world was holding its breath, like there was a presence right outside the closet. Then, the sting of a static in my ear before it passed. Whatever it was, the feeling dissipated. The sound returned, and I sneaked a glance at my phone. The word hide was gone, and replacing it was my home screen. The silence between the four of us was uncomfortable.
Did you feel that?
Evelyn finally whispered. No one said anything. Ravi outstretched his arm yet again to slide the door open, but his hands were shaking.
You can do it. I think we're good.
He steeled himself, looking very much like he was crossing some sort of internal threshold. He pulled the door aside, revealing his room exactly as we'd left it. We took it in.
I'm gonna answer Monica,
he said, with not a whole lot of vigor in his voice, getting up and creeping out of the room. The rest of us followed, stopping in the living room while he continued to the door. I went to Twitter, searched hide, and sorted by new. Evelyn, meanwhile, grabbed the remote from the stand and turned the TV, now hideless, on, and maneuvered through the Roku channels.
What are you looking for?
Hyro asked.
Just like a live channel, I guess? The news?
My scrolling wasn't yielding anything of help or insight, though it was clear, via the confused posts from seemingly around the world, that the scope of whatever happened was global. My focus shifted to Ravi, who was standing on the welcome mat. I pressed against the door's peephole. He hadn't moved in quite some time.
Everything all right, man?
He didn't reply. He just stood there, frozen. I approached slowly.
He's...
I heard him croak. I reached him, patting him on the shoulders and urging him to detach from the door viewer. He finally did, leaning against the wall at first before slowly sliding to a seat on the floor. I peered in the hallway through the hole. Outside, his neighbor, the one knocking, Monica, looked like she had been skewered, decimated, an explosion of blood in the hallway.
Oh my god! She didn't hide.
Oh my god, maybe it was her then.
Dang. What?
I felt a buzz on my phone. I pulled it out.
Again?
Before I could even process, I heard Ravi and Evelyn react.
That's another one. It says it again now.
I turned to see the foreboding word on the TV.
Fuck. Should hide again.
Much like Ravi, I was shell-shocked.
AJ, what do you think we should do? He repeated. Evelyn,
I said, trying to force the words out of my mouth.
You had a good instincts the first time. What do you think? How much time do you think we have?
How much time passed between when I first saw the word hide and when we first felt the presence in the closet?
It might have been 10 minutes.
I heard Ravi mutter, almost lifeless.
I don't.
Then Evelyn interrupted herself.
Wait. What did you just see outside?
She started approaching the door. I stopped her.
I don't, think it'll be good for you to see it. Are you serious? She responded. Yes, I said.
I said, immediately realizing that lying might have been smarter.
We can't assume we have the same amount of time.
Ravi added. I went with my pitch.
We try the same spot?
Hero started pacing, thinking, tapping his foot.
It's if we think about it, it said hide. We hid. and now it's saying hide again. That means that whatever happened is gonna happen again.
He gave us a look as if he could see in our drained expressions what was awaiting on the other side of the door.
That's a great recap, man. What I mean is that when you'd play as a kid, if you kept picking the same spot over and over, eventually I'd catch up to you. Are we really trying to apply some sort of logic to this?
Ravi mumbled. Evelyn fortified herself.
I think he's right. It's nuts, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need to operate on gut, and gut tells me we pick a better spot this time. But spots makes it sound like we should split up.
I said, looking around, slowly realizing that the limited real estate we had to work with meant his suggestion made more sense than I would have liked. I turned to Ravi.
Where should we all go?
He shook his head, palmed his forehead a few times as if to slap himself back to reality.
We do 2 under my bed?
He grimaced, letting neurons collide in his mind.
One of us in the utility closet? The other laundry closet?
He got up and pointed. One of the closets was right behind me. Life in him again. My eyes...
They're gonna run out of spots to hide eventually, right?
It's a 600-foot square apartment.
And there's like 6 of them, so like someone's dying by the end of the story.
But yeah, close.
At least, yeah, but I think at least half of them die.
Probably.
At least.
No.
All right.
I'm having a little bit of anxiety reading this. It's fine. My eyes lifted to Hero and Evelyn, who ran into the bedroom. Ravi gave me a nod before entering the laundry closet and awkwardly squeezing in with the washer and dryer, closing his door. I entered the utility closet and closed mine. Rather, I tried to. The door wasn't clicking shut.
Fuck. Ravi, the door, it's not...
But then I fought the urge to say something more. If time was up, I'd compromise my spot. Hell, compromise his spot too if I kept talking. I tried a few more times to get it close. Then, I committed, terrified out of my mind, to gripping the handle and holding the door shut. I tried to keep my shaking hand and quickening breath in check as the silence overtook again. Complete silence, and then that presence. I felt the light tug at the door. I kept my hold firm, but didn't try to overpower. Didn't want to completely give it away. And again it stopped. The feeling disappeared, and I waited 15 seconds before sneaking a look at my phone to see that the again warning was gone. I heard the sound of Ravi's door swing open first. I followed with mine. He was emotional.
I forgot that door is fucked. I got scared, man, and I was... You're all good. It's alright, man. I know. I even heard you call for me. I didn't... I panicked, and I thought I'd... We're alive, man. It's alright. Where...
And immediately I remembered it wasn't just us.
Evelyn and Hero. Right.
He said. We rushed to his bedroom. Nothing at first. The two hadn't emerged yet. For a moment, the horrifying thought that we'd be pulling their corpses out from under the bed rushed past me.
Guys, coast is clear. Quick.
Silence. For quite some time before they finally shuffled out in one piece alive.
Jesus Christ.
That's so scary.
What about the suspense the fucking author just did there? Jesus.
As they shifted from crawl to bend to standing, I wanted to hold them, hold everyone. For just a second, I felt a newfound appreciation for life and their faces and personalities. Another buzz on my phone.
Break time. Ooh! What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. It's like a game that something evil is playing with them.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah. I let out a sigh of relief and showed the message to the others.
I guess that's good. A second to catch our breaths after this fucking craziness? But then what? Is this gonna continue?
We
Better
walked
start
into the
eating now. Better start fucking making a sandwich or something. You're going to be doing this for a bit.
We walked into the living room together nervously.
We haven't gotten a single second to wrap our heads around this. Hey, Ev, how'd you know that we should have stayed in the closet for 5 minutes?
Hero asked, somewhat pointedly. I clocked minor annoyance in her face at the question.
I didn't know anything. It was a guess. But I mean, yeah, guys, we're fucking lucky. I was here and pushed for it because fuck, we're all you so stubborn.
Hero wore a strange expression as he looked at her.
Alright. Sounds like you want to say something more, she said. Why would I? What makes you think I'd...
Ravi interrupted Hero by stepping between the two of them.
Holy hell. Keep your heads on, people.
But as he said it, and maybe it was just an aberration in my mind, I couldn't help but feel something significant stir within me, something really inflamed, as if even though his face was straight, he was concealing some sort of inner smile at what was happening.
Hero, I think you're focusing your skepticism in the wrong direction,
I said. Ravi's expression turned irritated, which all but confirmed it for me.
I don't know if you want to be mad at the person that saved us the first time,
I said, trying to make a point by motioning to Evelyn, but as I looked at her, something felt wrong there too. I contained it.
Or rather, the person who wanted to open the closet door.
And then something even more obvious hit me.
Wait, Ravi, you tried to kill me?
And all of a sudden, I was glaring at him, my temper rising by metric tons every second, as if it was all starting to make sense. Evelyn and Hero joined me. Ravi looked incredulous.
I already admitted that I fucked up with the door. I confessed to you. Why are you trying to make things worse? I was trying to calm them down.
Then, noticing us approach him, he backed towards the kitchen cabinet. He pointed at me.
You were on my phone when this first happened,
he said as if he was having his own revelation.
You were waiting for it to start. That's an insane fucking misdirect,
I said, positive that I couldn't trust him. But as my eyes turned to Evelyn and Hero, I realized I couldn't trust them either. Couldn't trust anyone. Still, Ravi absolutely needed to be the first to go, the first to be disposed of. Well, damn, that escalated quickly. He grabbed a knife from the cupboard and held it out at us. And only the smallest thought in the back of my mind was telling me that we were being toyed with, that it was incredibly obvious that whatever it was, it had a handle on us. But unfortunately, that understanding was academic for me at best, as I kept finding string after string of thoughts and emotions connecting. Everything adding up, the logic sound, my emotions inflamed.
Break time! It's breaking us! Said Evelyn.
Of course she would know that, though, if she were in on it. We all looked at her. I watched for sudden movements from any of these traitors, these bastards. Even a millimeter shift wouldn't get past me.
It's overriding us. It's flooding us with anger that isn't ours and real as it feels.
She faced her phone at us, beckoning us to read it clearly.
Break time. We can't fall for it.
And that small grounded part of me took over, even though I was sure with everything in my soul that she, Ravi, and Hero were the source of everything that was happening. Ravi's grip on the knife tightened as he and the rest of us remained in the bizarre equilibrium of our four-way stand. It's all of you, I thought to myself, before I felt a lightness take over me. Like an insatiable hunger fading or extreme fear dissipating, when you realize that noise in the other room wasn't a person but rather something knocking over, my feelings of unrest and paranoia were gone. My phone screen once again returned to its default background. It was hard to describe how I felt now. Lucidity, shame. I looked at Ravi sadly, his head hung low as he put the knife back in its place. Hero turned to Evelyn first.
I'm sorry,
he said, then to Ravi.
Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You're welcome, assholes.
Evelyn, we deserve that,
That was fucking insane.
Ravi said.
Like a fucked up roller coaster ride.
Said Evelyn.
I didn't... That wasn't totally me. Like, something was in me, and it was... It's okay, man.
I was getting tired of saying it, and certainly I, out of everyone, didn't deserve the impact.
It's okay, man.
I was getting tired of saying it, and certainly I, out of everyone, didn't deserve to impart forgiveness anyway after where my own head was at only 30 seconds ago.
We need to, write something down. We are susceptible. Don't forget.
Started Ravi.
We just need to remember to keep our heads on.
I interrupted.
Remember.
But I think the fear that again would pop up on our phones drove him to start rummaging for some paper. Start scribbling some words on it, while the rest of us try to soak in the reprieve of nothing happening, every half second a luxury. I wanted to say sorry another 20 or so times, something I was sure wasn't a feeling unique to me.
I feel like I'm losing myself.
I said it felt like I was in a dream at this point.
Yeah, said Rafi.
Hiro said, looking at us carefully.
Probably all gonna die. Should we, say our words, I guess? Don't talk like that,
said Evelyn.
How many people do you think are dead?
Hiro asked. I went to the TV, temporarily free yet again from 1 or 2 word mandates, turned it on, toggled through the homepage until I found the live stream of a soccer game. On a fixed camera angle, everyone in the stadium torn apart.
Jesus!
Literally torn apart. Players on the field within frame eviscerated. I returned to the homepage, navigating in an attempt to find a different live program. I clicked on what appeared to be a news channel I hadn't heard before. The sight of an empty desk appeared. Wires leading under the desk made me think that perhaps the anchor was hiding under it.
We're trying to report, knowing that the signal is going to cut out. I've survived so far. Survived whatever exactly this might be. But the carnage from footage I've seen is extensive. I strongly recommend...
The broadcast was interrupted by the new word.
"See."
Again in classical lettering, and the screen cracked, then shattered with a loud pop, sending bits of glass onto the floor, as did the screen on my phone that I placed on the coffee table. As did the phone in Evelyn and Hiro's hands too, reactively dropped on the floor by the pair, a weak bounce before settling. I panicked.
Seek!
I said desperately, trying to jolt my brain to task.
Maybe something out of place?
Evelyn said.
What if we have to find what's killing everyone?
Said Hiro.
I started,
but I couldn't even muster up a close to the sentence. I ran to the balcony outside to see if there was something obvious to look for in the sky in the city. What I spotted on the neighboring high-rises was blood-stained curtains, unrecognizable bodies where blinds were lifted, and as my eyes darted from spot to spot, a lead. A small TV in one of the apartments. The screen looked unbroken. A word on it I couldn't make out. 5 letters was the best I could do.
It's the screens. We need to find a screen that still works.
I ran back into the living room.
Does anyone have binoculars?
They all looked at me.
Why the fuck would anyone have binoculars?
Robbie asked.
There's a screen. A screen, I think. It's one of the other apartment buildings. It's working. There's a word on it, but I can't see it. We need to find another one. I don't know. I
ran into Ravi's office, computer screen broken. Fuck. Grabbed his laptop, shattered. Nope. I nervously tapped my chest with the fingertips of both my hands, while the rest desperately searched for something viable too. Did I have to run to the other apartment? Would there even be enough time? Would I even get in? And then like a bolt of the blue, it hit me.
Ravi, where's your phone?
His voice was a little confused.
I don't know, man. I lose it all the time. Find it. You really think that's it?
We're looking for a functional screen. It's the only one we haven't found yet.
I turned to Hero next.
Check out the other apartments on this floor. See if any of the doors are unlocked. If they are, go inside and check everything. Phones, laptops, TVs, doesn't matter. If there's a message intact on any of them. On it.
He said, rushing to the door, opening it, freaking out at the body in front of it, nearly tripping, then composing himself and rushing into the hallway as the door closed behind him. We tore apart Ravi's apartment next. Couch cushions.
Where do you usually lose it?
I asked. My head peeked under the bed, peeked into the counters alongside Evelyn desperately.
I don't know, man. It's stupid, but sometimes I literally just chuck it across the room. Dude.
Helpful. Supremely helpful. In the bathroom, I looked in the medicine cabinet. Then, back into his room, to his closet, checking the pockets of all his pants. I started to feel the inevitable coming. This was the one thing that was going to kill us, wasn't it?
Love you guys.
I heard Evelyn say almost under her breath, like she could feel it too. No tangible clicker counting down, but a feeling in my chest. A train closing in with us tied to the tracks. Ravi running to the TV stand, looking behind, then under books, under shelves. And I was back in the living room again, sure there was nothing left. My eyes lowering to the painful game we started our deadly evening with, Monopoly. Specifically to the messy pile of 50, 20s, and 10s on Ravi's side of the board. I knew his etiquette for swapping some of them out for hundreds was quite poor. The cash stacked high, which made sense, he was crushing all game, and yet I crouched and did an even more aggressive sweep of the spot that we'd started our desperate search on, to discover his preserved Samsung Galaxy A35 underneath the fake money with the new word to greet me.
Smile.
Don't like that. And it really did feel like time was up this time.
I found it, you have to smile!
I screamed like a goddamn auctioneer. Evelyn turned first from her spot in the kitchen.
What?
I ripped the phone from the ground and held up the message to her.
Smile!
She mirrored my uncomfortable expression, all teeth, feigned happiness, as did Ravi as he bolted out of the room before even seeing the message on the phone, or my intense eyes.
Hero opened the door. Couldn't find anything, I'm sorry, he screamed.
He saw our wide, smiling faces and our eyes screaming at him to get the hint as I tried to mouth the word while keeping my poise, but instead it sounded like And yet, despite the confusing sight, with the luckiest stroke in the world, he copied and showed me those pearly whites. I retained my beaming smile, feeling a tear of fear travel down my cheek, my eyes glued to Ravi's phone in my hand, hoping and praying that we wouldn't get all torn apart.
Oh my God. I was so worried.
That he was going to die right in front of them?
Yeah, I was going to explode. Also, why didn't they just use their phones to zoom into the TV across the street?
Everybody's phone shattered.
Okay.
So,
got
at the same time, the TVs, the computers, and the phones all
Got it. That makes sense.
Except for his, because they were looking for it.
Right.
And the word disappeared. I showed the group the proof, and one by one, our cheery expressions dropped to our default nervous frowns. Resting scowl face restored. A collective exhale.
Can't fucking do this,
said Ravi.
I know,
Evelyn added. And unlike some of the gaffes we'd been offered in the past, I already spotted a new message in the single remaining functional phone left in my right hand.
Point to sacrifice.
I could feel the group's eyes on me. I couldn't hide the misery.
What?
Ravi asked.
Point to sacrifice.
I said, barely eligible.
AJ?
Evelyn asked. I tilted the phone so they could read it. I couldn't say the words any louder. My body wouldn't let me. Underneath the words, a timer had begun running. One that was already down to 145, 144, 143 by the time I flashed in the phone. And yet still, all of us needed more seconds to let it settle in. I felt defeated, truly this time.
All right,
said Ravi, cutting through the holding pattern.
So what? Talk it through with the time we have left? Maybe we all agree on someone to point at? I mean, hey, fuck knows what I have to live for. Dang.
Hero next.
My family, ma, pa, siblings. I wasn't even thinking of them this whole time. They're probably dead. Yeah.
I interrupted, his words hitting me immediately and curbing any remaining social etiquette I had left. Everyone I had ever known was likely gone.
Wow.
Emily smiled at us softly.
I just have you guys now.
She said.
So, yeah, fuck this.
She said, immediately pointing to herself, almost causing me to die right there in fear. She'd been torn apart immediately, but the counter was still ticking down.
I flipped the board on this bullshit.
She said without wavering. 112, 111, 110. Hero pointed to himself.
Fuck it. Yeah, you know what? I'll flip the board too.
I looked at him, almost nervously exasperated.
Really? After all that, guys?
107, 106, 105.
If there's a hell.
Ravi said.
Unlikely. But what the fuck? Maybe we dodged that bullet.
He curled his index finger towards himself.
Flip the fucking board.
I just looked at them. It was strange to feel a deluge of selfish thoughts flood into me at once. 40 seconds, 49, 38.
All right.
I said, copying my peers.
Let's do it.
I pointed at myself too, like we were all playing Simon Says or something. 33, 32, 31. I took an appreciative look at my old friends, the longest standing friends I'd ever had in my stupid life, and then at the Monopoly board we were playing on. It was really quite an awful game. I wasn't sure why we'd always subject ourselves to it. 27, 26. I saw the pile of money on free parking. 23, 22. The only way to make it fun was to play without bullshit rules, house rules. 20, 19.
Wait. Follow me.
I sprinted to the door. I opened it, held it open for the rest. 15, 14, 13. I pointed at Ravi's dead neighbor in the hallway in front of the door, Monica.
We didn't know what we were dealing with until she died. Her sacrifice gave us a chance.
I said, almost looking up as if I was already speaking to whoever was enticing the terror on us. I was aware it was a reach. 9, 8.
And we probably lost a lot of humanity since then, so sorry.
I said, pointing at her.
And thank you.
6, 5, and my best friends pointed to a real morbid way to close things out with a clash of sorry and thank you escaping them what would likely be their last words. I had really interrupted what was quite a nice moment inside for this strangeness. 2, 1, 0.
House rules.
And then I prepared myself for it. Pain, then
Annihilation. Writing that down.
Annihilation. But
Right.
but nothing came. Instead, Ravi's phone in my hand just read.
Good game.
Before defaulting to Ravi's homepage picture, Borzoi? He didn't even own one. He was just obsessed with that breed of dog. He stood there for 10 minutes, it felt, before we finally ventured inside, single file like a group of polite zombies. I was unsure what to make of what happened, what to do, who to check on, state of the world, what was going on around me. I sat back down at the Monopoly board. The others, in almost Manchurian candidate sort of way, took their spots too.
I think it was my turn.
I said slowly. I grabbed the dice, I rolled it, it was a 10. I tapped my top hat icon on each square until I landed on Shortline Railroad.
Do you want to buy it?
Evelyn asked me. I thought about it for too long. Finally,
Sure. Wow.
they just went back to playing Monopoly like
This
no big
story
deal.
Is phenomenal.
I was having anxiety.
This story is phenomenal. This was amazing. This gave me like anxiety. This gave me fucking like it. chills. It
Yeah.
was scary. Like, just imagine like that actually happening. That's terrifying for one. But the way it's written is awesome. I can't believe none of the characters died.
I know.
I'm very surprised about that.
Yeah.
But phenomenal story.
Someone said, I wish this was a movie so badly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what?
I mean,
I would
comments
watch
are
it.
good. This is so well written. So awesome. What a ride. Yeah, I agree with that one. Who ended
Someone
up winning
said-
the Monopoly game? That's
Someone
funny.
said, it's 100% because you didn't buy the railroad. Never disrespect the railroads.
Exactly. Don't disrespect the railroad. Who says they don't want the railroad? If you have all four of them, it's a percentage. It's like it all like multiplies, okay? But also, he's probably right though. It's probably because he didn't buy the railroad. This
That
was
was so good.
very good story. You were so into it that you kept reading the dialogue parts, and I was like,
I've never
Slow
really
down.
done that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get through it because I was like, I need to know what happens next.
Yeah, I mean the comments are like super good, and the story was just 25 days ago, so like it's people have had time to read it, but yeah, like this was really good. The concept is like really cool too, because like it's like almost like apocalyptic kind of, you know.
I know, that's the
What do you think it
scariest
was?
to me.
What do you think like the entity was? There's like supernatural demons, like
Supernatural.
oh,
I'm
like maybe
thinking of
aliens?
like, ooh, aliens, like evil aliens.
Yeah, like trying to like play a game.
For a little while, I
Show
was
me what
thinking
you
of
got.
like Slender Man,
Yeah,
like maybe
Yeah.
like Slender Man and all his friends.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good theory. Good. I mean, yeah, it would be a good movie concept. Like a good short, like maybe not movie, but like a short film, a YouTube short. Good fucking show. Good, really good. I liked it a lot. Like I was invested, and I'm invested in a lot of stories that we read, but like this one had my attention. I'm glad that we picked this one. This one was really good.
Yeah.
Bravo. The author did a phenomenal job. They have a few other stories on their profile. Let's see here. And they've been posting stories for a while. Let's see. Sort by new. Yeah, like years of stories that they have.
Yeah.
Very good. I don't know what else to say, but great story. Like I was perfect written. It was written perfectly. There's a couple like weird dialogue choices, but other than that,
Yeah.
it was good. I liked it. And then when everyone started like fucking tearing each other apart, I was like, yo, what's going on? Are they like in on it? But really it was like the game. I like how it started off too, where they were playing Monopoly, and then they played a real life game. You know?
That is so terrifying.
Yeah.
That has to be in the top, like, worst ways to die
Do you think?
is by playing a game that you don't know you're playing.
But they also like when Monica died, she didn't scream. She didn't like make a sound. She just kind of exploded.
Or were they all too scared hiding in the closet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But what do you do in this type of situation? Like, do you think you figure it out, or do you think you're going to be one of the ones that dies?
If I'm being honest, I'm one of the first to die in any scenario. But I would like to think that I would maybe hide, just like Evelyn said, like, worst comes to worst, you guys make fun of me for hiding.
Here's the thing. I'll comment on that. If I got a message on my phone and I couldn't open it up and everyone had the same one, I'm going to fucking hide.
Yeah.
You know? I'm going to do it.
Yeah. But wouldn't you, like, freeze in place and be like, what the fuck?
No. I'm actually pretty good under pressure, to be honest with you. I'm pretty good when it comes to like being under pressure. Not to brag, but
Right.
if I get something like that, I'm like, well, the phone says so we probably should.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the seek part, I don't know if I'd get that.
Like,
I
what
don't
were they
know.
supposed to look for?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd get that. Maybe like if I thought hard enough and like looked around, maybe. But fucking also, Rafi, the fuck? Don't throw your phone. Keep your phone with you.
Yeah.
After your phone was the one that said hide on it in the first place, maybe keep that, Rafi.
Yeah, that part was a little confusing because I thought AJ grabbed his phone.
Yeah, I was like, just left it there. Crazy.
But
Yeah,
how?
things like that. I don't know. I would like to think that I would survive. At the same time, when his door was like almost brought open, dude, I was anxious. I was like, oh shit. So it was definitely something. A presence was definitely there. A physical presence was there.
I think it walked by everybody.
Yeah. I mean, it had to be multiple though, because like there's no way it could walk by everybody.
So I'm saying Slenderman and all his friends.
I liked it though. That was a good read. I'm glad that we did that one.
That was good.
Yeah, that was really good. Well, that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and like and drop a sub. All right, if you like what we do, because you know what happens when you don't play the game. You explode. Okay, we all know what happens. You explode. So if you ever get a message randomly and it says hide, you better do that. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully the story was nice and scary for you. And sleep well. Hope you guys have a good rest. And like I said, don't forget to comment. Don't forget to comment. All right, bye. Have a nice weekend.